Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, September 23rd, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Man, what an exciting afternoon and evening yesterday was. The mural was officially signed, sealed, and delivered at the Calvert Center in Annapolis, and it was a great crowd and honestly a really great party. Congrats to Sel and Cindy for an amazing job. And when you're down there, be sure to check out the AR that goes along with it. There's a QR code just to the left of the mural. Then, after a quick stop at Big Money's house for a cherry pie, it was over to Maryland Hall and Ignite Annapolis. Now, that pie was a thank you gift to Rob Tim of WRNR for MC in the evening. But boy, what a fantastic night. Great speakers, great thoughts, fun to catch up with old friends and meet some new ones. And it's well worth watching the replay on Ignite Annapolis Facebook page. But now we do need to talk about the news for Friday and kick off the weekend. So let's get into it, shall we? A truly macabre scene played out near Arundel Mills Mall on Tuesday evening. A woman called the Anne Arundel County Police to report that she believes she saw a stabbing and abduction. She said a man appeared to have been stabbed by another man, and then a second suspect pulled a gun, and the victim was put into the trunk of a car, and the suspects sped off. Well, yesterday, Baltimore City Police discovered the burned car with a burned body in the trunk in the 400 block of Windsor Mill Road. They've not identified the victim, but they have confirmed that he was the same one that the woman saw stabbed and abducted back in Hanover up by the Arundel Mills Mall. This is the 11th homicide in the county this year, and this story will be updated. If you live in the Hunt Meadow neighborhood in Annapolis, the health department issued a warning for a rabid raccoon that was discovered there. If your pet came into contact with a raccoon recently, or if you have, or your pet has any unexplained wounds, you want to please call the health department at 410-222-7254. Now, this raccoon was found near Westwick, Court, and Saddle Ridge Road. First he was in, then he was out, and then he was in again, and now he's out again. We're talking about Robert Clark. He has resigned his position as executive chairman of Historic Annapolis effective October 31st. Now, Clark was the long-serving president who retired in June of this year and was named executive chairman, and he was really to focus on fundraising for the organization. And now he's retiring to spend more time with his family. Clark is largely responsible for shepherding Historic Annapolis through some really unprecedented growth and challenges. Karen Thymer Brown was hired as president in June to replace Clark, and of Brown, Clark said, quote, "One of my greatest strengths is my ability to hire great staff, and Historic Annapolis is in good hands with Karen and her colleagues. We wish Mr. Clark all the best." Judging from the number of events on tap this weekend, it does appear that President Biden was correct. The pandemic is over. Tomorrow, the Kunta Kinte Festival kicks off at Annapolis Cty Dock at 10 a.m. and goes through 7 p.m. And after that, on West Street, it is Dinner Under the Stars. And they actually should be adding a new restaurant into the mix, Picante. They just had their soft opening last night, and they're going to be opening to the public at 3 p.m. today. The Londontowne Symphony Orchestra is playing over at Maryland Hall. That gets underway at 7:30 p.m. On Sunday, for some high-class entertainment, you want to check out some of the amazing classic and antique cars at the St. Michael's Concours d'Elegance. All day at the Talbot Country Club. That's a really kind of a neat thing to do. Sunday night, the Art and Public Places Commission is hosting a salsa night at Cty Dock. The dance, not the sauce, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., and if that was not enough, both Saturday and Sunday at Sandy Point State Park, it is the 53rd Annual Maryland Seafood Festival. It runs from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. both days. Park at the park if there is room, and there probably may not be because it's supposed to be such a great weekend. There is a park admission to get there to do that. My best bet, go to the Anne Arundel Community College, grab a shuttle from parking lot A. That's your best choice. And remember, you can save $5 on every ticket using the code I5. And I think that's all lowercase, EYE, and the number 5. You can get your tickets, find out more information at mdseafoodfestival.com. Phew. And that's it for the local news and events, but here is some podcast news for you. Tomorrow on the Local Business Spotlight, Mission Next, and next weekend it's Jeff Holland Of course, we thank you for listening and putting up with this every day, and I appreciate you spreading the word. We do try. We also want to thank our sponsors, Solar Energy Services, Scout and Molly's, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long End Foster Company. It is Friday, and the weekend is here, and it looks like it is another beaut. So now it's time just to say have a great weekend, be nice to others, do something fun, and keep shopping local. Other than that, we're going to see you on Monday. So now hang tight, because George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather report. All of that in just a bit.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt.
One of the biggest questions I'm getting asked right now, what is going on with the housing market? Well, when the interest rates jumped up 2 percentage points, mortgage payments went up 20% for the same home. This is starting to have an effect on the number of buyers we are seeing, with 10% fewer home sales than last spring. However, our inventory is 25% lower than the same time last year. What does all this mean? There are more home buyers than homes on the market, so prices are still increasing. Now more than ever, it's time to work with someone who can guide you with solid, proven advice. Wisdom, proactiveness, and intense marketing make a huge difference. Please give us a call today and let us help you navigate these waters. We promise to educate and guide you with your best interest at heart.
That's another moving moment with Kristi Neidhardt of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, September 23rd. Yesterday's cold front brought some decent rains to the Annapolis region, but it also let in much cooler air and some pretty gusty winds as well, which we're feeling out there today. Look for highs today only in the mid to upper 60s, with maybe a few lower 70s mixing in spots after this morning's 40s and 50s, as winds will continue to gust over 30 miles per hour at times out of the northwest throughout the day, ahead of even cooler temps tomorrow morning, with widespread 40s likely across Anne Arundel County, ahead of a perfect afternoon setup with sunshine and PM highs 70 to 75 degrees, followed by temps back up in the low 80s or so Sunday, with a small chance of some rain showers as well, with the expectation for next week being more sunshine and cool air, with temps in the mid to upper 70s Monday and generally trending downward toward the 70-degree mark as the week progresses. But get out and enjoy this weekend and watch for those chilly AM temps when getting started each day. Okay, that's it for today and this week. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google app stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Ready for a new look for those end of summer parties? Come see us at Scout and Molly's. I'm Betsy Abraham. My mom and I own and operate this great little boutique at the Annapolis Town Center. After spending the last 2 years shopping online, come enjoy a fun, in-person shopping experience with the bonus, real customer service. We'd love to help you pick out the perfect outfit for back-to-school Annapolis boat shows and nights out with your friends. Scout and Molly's, Annapolis Town Center. Thanks for shopping local.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.